only one person have the observation and expressed her point of view. What about you, Minh Hỷ, Minh Như, Sumin? What's your point of view about the Buddha teaching? What is central issue? Because we are practicing the Buddha teaching. We have to know what Buddha tried us to do something. He tried. And we try to. But what are we doing? We eat vegetable. We pray every day. Is it Buddha teaching? We pray for satisfaction. We pray for happiness. We try to avoid three poison, greed, anger, delusion. Is it a Buddha teaching? So nobody get the point. You see, that's the problem. The Buddha teaching about yourself, you, the existence. Because without you, there's nothing happen. Without you, there's no war, no anger, no delusion. Because there is you, the existence of you, yourself. So that's why the concept of anatta, that's been known self, is important in the Buddhism. If there's no you, there's no problem. But there's you, there are always many problems. Eating, sleeping, dissatisfaction, everything come up with the self. Now, we take back in the historical point of view, historical trend, to see whether the doctrine of self or selfness, atta, it was introduced by the Buddha. Do you think the Buddha teach you about the self? Okay, help me. We are creating the dialogue so that you can understand. Not me to teach you. I only convey my point of view, what I learned and I practice. But not necessarily your point of view and your experience. What I learned during my 52 years practicing Buddhism is only one thing. Don't copy anybody. Don't copy the Buddha. The Buddha gives you the instruction, like the map, and it's up to you to go. Okay. So the Buddha teaching, the central teaching of the Buddha is just self, because the existence of self carry out all other problems. Without self, there's no problem. No need to talk about delusion, no need to talk about attachment, no need to talk about the anger delusion, because there is no self. So, from the historical trends, Buddha did not introduce self or atta. That concept has been with the human life for 15,000 years. 15,000 years. And until the Vedaism in India, I think about 6,500 years, they systematize the concept of atta. Atta means small self. And the whole universe is big cells, huge cells. And we are only the part of the universe. The similar concept can be illustrated in the science. The science actually talk about the whole universe. It's just the energy. And we are small energy. Okay. So atta is a concept in India for many years before the life of the Buddha. It has been there. But people believe it because we have the atta, we have the self, like the soul. We can be transmitted to another body. another life. So that's why they call reincarnation. Reincarnation is a copy of your physical and mental activity now for the transgression to the next life. Maybe a duplication of your activity, your thinking, your behavior. That's what they call the karma. The karma doctrine is not introduced by the Buddha. The Buddha never introduced anything new. Everything is just from the Vedaism, the Indian literature, with all the culture, historical facts. So the only one thing the Buddha did is systematize and make sense of the Vedaism literature. The central concept is your existence, our existence. If we exist, everything exists. Female, male, parents, husband, wife, friends, all connected together with the self. If there's no self, there's no you, there's no problem. If there's you, there's a lot of problem. Mental problem, physical problem, correlation problem, social problem, everything arises from your existence. And that's the Buddha said, atta, that means self. Vedaism say atta is some kind of the duplicate body in a spiritual form. And when you die, it be transcribed into another body. That's why they call reincarnation or rebirth. His wife actually is for many, many lives, maybe 500 lives. Past life has been wife and supporting him. Similarly, we can find in the doctrine, there's a many versions talking about the past life of the Arahant and relationship between Arahant and the family. In one case, Sariputta, in meditation in the cave, suddenly heard the cry from his past life mother. 5 past life mother crying as a ghost. And on the next day, he came to the Buddha asking for a solution. The Buddha said, go out and get the alms, get the food, and share the food, donate the food you receive to all other monks, and ask all the monks who are who were Arahant, say pray for her for his mother. And he did. And that saved the tragedy. So there is a past life connecting with this life. So how can you solve the conflict between anatta and atta? That is a central issue here. If you take one point, you say, the Buddha say non-self. That means anatta. That means nothing exists without condition. Only 5 aggregate and 4 elements in our body. When we die, everything just perishes. There's nothing left. If the condition exists, we come to existence. But on the other hand, in the literature, in the sutra, the Buddha talked about the existence of the past life. Even he himself, in the many past lives, he has done many beautiful things, so that in the final life, he become Buddha. So this transgression of identity between one life to another life. So how can you solve that conflict of the literature? You see, it's not easy. People keep thinking reincarnation. The Buddha reject it already. But if he reject reincarnation, that means he reject the soul, a part of our body. Our body usually constitutes three parts. The first one, physical, like the head, the hair, the eye, the ears, nose. The second part is mental body, which is activated by our brain. We think, cannot be touchable, but is a part of our body. And the third part is spiritual. So three parts in our body: physical, mental, and spiritual. Now, which part is a self? Which part is not self? You see? So today, we don't have time. It's our time already. It's 18 minutes already. We have only 15 minutes that was promised to people. So in summary, I give you some thinking for the tomorrow. We have a discussion again, because we need to think seriously. Otherwise, we just blindly accept the doctrine. And remember one thing, during the Buddha lifetime, there was no record of whatever he's teaching. Only after he passed away, Parinibbana, after he passed away, 500 arahants, disciples of the Buddha, gathered together and promulgate, recorded whatever Buddha teaching. 500 arahants, but that recorded verbally, and it transmitted 500 years before they can put it down on the palm leaves. So you see, within the 500 years, how many generations? They just transmit it word by word. And the teacher or master transmit the verbiage to the student take it. Are you sure that they do understand and they duplicate whatever Buddha teaching? So the concept of self. Okay, I recapitulate before we depart the lesson, because we don't have time. The whole teaching of the Buddhism is self. If you exist, everything exists. If you don't exist, nothing exists. Okay, so who are you? You are identity, you are energy, you are spiritual, or you are something which can be translated into next life. Which part of your body will be perished? Which part of your body will be transmitted? And how it transmitted? That's the whole purpose of our teaching, our learning. And I welcome your challenging point of view. Okay, like me, I take every challenging point of view. I don't accept any point from the literature, from the books, from the teacher, even my master. We debated already. And remember one thing, the Buddha is a wise person, living with the wise community. And over there had been dialogues of philosophical discussion between the wise men, try to find a solution for liberation of suffering. Why people suffer? And Buddha is actually the wise person in that wise man. So Buddhism is not for the illiterate people. Buddhism only is specified and is very good for intellectual people who know what they are doing. They don't accept everything blindly, praying, building the temple, printing the sutra will not save you from the problem of life. Okay, so I think that's enough for today. Give you the idea, the conflicting evidence from the literature, from the sutra. On the one hand, the Buddha said there is no self. Self only contained by 4 elements and 5 aggregate. On the other hand, in the sutra, in many cases, Buddha talk about the past life. Even he himself, past life. His wife, past life. And how can you solve that problem? How can you solve the conflicting idea? Okay. Thank you very much. Any question now? We have to stop here. Because we promised to everybody we have only 10 minutes. And I give you 15 minutes, generous intention. Now it's 20 minutes already. We don't break our promise. Okay?
Appreciate your kind advice and teachings. We shall put our thinking cap on and think and come up with idea for the debate. Thank you very much.
Okay, so tomorrow we continue with the idea, and we invite, welcome all the participant idea. Actually, I enjoy the challenging. If you have a challenging or controversial idea, I accept it, because the whole thing in Buddhism is just about idea, opinion. There's no truth. Even the Buddha said, people talk about Four Noble Truths. The Buddha said, no, it's just the idea. I will prove it to you. Buddha said, it's just the idea. It's not the truth. Because the truth cannot be varied. The truth cannot be too many. The truth is only one truth. Okay. Okay, shall we pray before we finish? Can you say a grace? Say a prayer before we finish? Please. Say a prayer. May all you be well and wise and be happy and enjoy your life. Life is too short, and don't trust anybody, because at the end of the day, you bear the consequence. You are subject to illness. You are subject to death alone, yourself, nobody else. Okay, thank you very much.